fucking show. I
41,
don't
we
want to
lost
listen to
2
this
games.
fucking idiot, dude.
We lost 2 games in 41. That's the only one that's questionable. The rest are absolutely legit. Except before 1936. Everybody's are bullshit before then.
Okay, those were the majority of what Auburn claimed was before 1936.
Guys,
Oh. Y'all claimed 2.
that was our cold open. I just started it. How's everybody doing? Everybody, we got some good energy going into
Fuck
this.
Max,
Max,
stop
bro.
being fucking
I'm out of
stupid.
fucking
We got a
Stop being
national
fucking
championship in
stupid.
basketball now.
Huh?
We got a national championship in basketball now then.
That makes no fucking sense what you're
Everybody.
talking about.
Why?
You don't even
We
know
have
the fuck
polls?
what you're talking about. You just
Who,
don't
me?
know what the fuck. Yes, you don't.
This
You
is great.
absolutely
What do
do
you
It's
know
not.
that I
great day
don't know?
off.
Hey, let's we welcome to the weekend podcast. Golly.
It's week 0, boys. We finally fucking made it.
We have the fire in us. That started with Max telling Taylor that there's an over-under that Auburn will claim another national championship within the next 2 days, and that is what happened. As a Bama fan, I will gladly recognize we do have one non-legitimate one that y'all can take back. I'll give y'all the 1941 one, but all the other ones, now we got those. But I was going to say, Josh, one of those championships that they claimed with Iowa, so they're trying to take that from you.
I know.
Everyone that they claim came because a selector named them a national champion. So technically, but
poll vote the number 1?
They didn't in 1913. They didn't have a common.
No, before
poll.
then, but 58 they did.
Claimed national championships. 18.
Claimed.
Huh?
You have 18 claimed national championships. Yeah, it's in the thing. Also, one of the ones we claim we gave up 0 points the whole fucking year.
No,
I think that's kind of
in a 2-year span. Y'all gave up 13 points.
That's what I was about to say. We outscored.
That's why I say before 1930, the old ones. I said y'all can have those. I don't give a fuck. Anybody can claim those.
Well,
but I mean,
I think anything before integration.
The only 2 that we claimed other than that you can argue with, and I get it, 58, whatever. I still think that's stupid, and I agree with the integration thing. 2004, the only reason we claimed it is because hypothetically there's no national champion because they took it away from USC. And somebody did in a that's the only reason we claimed it, because we never would have claimed it with USC being recognized.
Also the 04 national champion.
Facts.
That's what I'm hearing. Iowa won the Natty.
Well, we finished second in the AP poll that year.
Bro, we started for real.
Realistically, to put this to sleep, no championships should count from before the playoff bracket. It's because before then they were just fucking picking people.
It shouldn't start until when they had national championship games.
Was legit.
BCS was a legit system.
I don't know about all that.
When did they ever get the top 2 wrong? I'm not. There might have been more
probably
deserving teams.
Pretty often. If we look back, probably pretty often.
UCF.
I'll even sit here and say 2004. When
UCF
Auburn
has 2. 2017, 2018, UCF back-to-back, baby.
Hey, did you know that somebody actually
that takes one away from
2016, in 2016, the year Alabama lost to Clemson in the national championship game?
Poll voted that we won.
Yeah.
Same one that voted UCF.
2014 as well, the year Florida State beat Auburn. Yeah. Which so you could there's always polls that do it, but
19. So we have 19 is what I'm hearing. 19. All right.
Yeah, so that was the joke, 19-9, but that makes Auburn a blue blood, so it doesn't really matter.
All right, guys,
if you don't have 9 national championships, don't fucking watch this show.
Let's get into the what we're talking about. So week 0, we are here. Before we talk about the games, though, all of us are going to give our playoffs. And there's no one better to start this off.
Max.
No, Max.
Yeah, Max. Yes, Max.
Because Max does not.
Give it to me.
You have your 12. You ready?
Off the dome, baby.
All right, let's hear it. I'm ready.
So this is how they finish or how they enter into the playoffs?
This is how they enter the playoffs. So like your 12-team playoff.
1 through 12.
Let's see.
Go seed by seed. 1, 2, all that.
I'm gonna put. Let's see. We'll go Penn State number 1.
He did that to fun.
Oh, dude, that's so funny, bro.
Let's go. Okay, I'm hearing it.
I like it.
Better quarterback than Ohio State and Oregon, but
whoa,
that might be the boldest statement I've ever fucking heard.
Let's go.
Better? Those 2 guys haven't fucking
played.
Bro,
just give your fucking 12.
Hold on, yeah. Let Max give his.
We're fucking with you. We're fucking with you
after.
All right. I said Penn State 1. Let's go Bama 2. Damn. We'll go
Fucking man,
Texas
that doesn't
3.
matter because Bama's in there. You're gonna win.
Yeah, Texas
3. Ohio State 4.
Okay.
You still need your ACC championship.
I forgot Clemson. Let's go Clemson 5. I mean, actually, never mind. I forgot. You got to put the champions.
The champions don't get buys this year.
That's right. Give me Clemson 5. Let's see who else we got. We'll go LSU 6.
Okay.
We'll go.
You do still need to get Big 12 and a group of 5.
Yeah.
We'll go Oregon 7. And I don't like Oregon, but I like their schedule.
That's fair.
They have 2 losses, maybe, but that's it.
That's if they lose both their games.
8?
8.
Yeah, you're at 8.
Stanford 8.
Let's see. Fuck it, give me Miami.
I kind of like that.
You got 9, 10, 11, 12 left. You gotta get Big 12 in there, and you gotta get group of 5.
So you only need 2 more at-larges.
Let me get dang. We'll throw A&M in there.
I did that. So
where am I at? 9?
You're at 9.
9.
You're about
You're at
to
10.
give 10.
You're at 10, and
But
then
you're at 4
you have
SEC
2
schools, so I'd probably stay away from the SEC for.
And you also have 2 at like automatics that you have to give out still. So you only have 1 more at large.
So, who's gonna win the Big 12? Give me Kansas State.
Okay.
There.
Now you're at 11.
Now we're at 11. I can throw one more fucker in there. Give me someone fucking random. Give me. Hey, I can't put 3 ACCs in there.
No, but you can throw another Big 10 team in there.
Or
maybe
you're missing a Big 10 team. You need to throw a Big 10 team.
I mean, who are you thinking? I'm thinking.
Have you said Michigan?
I'm not saying Michigan.
Illinois.
Michigan, Illinois,
yeah,
Nebraska,
give me Illinois. I like
Illinois based off their yeah. And then who's your group of 5 champion?
UNLV.
Hey,
I don't hate UNLV.
They got
obviously we're going to talk about later.
Mississippi State's old Florida coach.
Yep, they do.
They do have that.
Okay,
all right, so
let's get this started off.
So we just had a. What do you want to say? Go for it.
Let's get this started off. Penn State at 1.
Oh, we're going over his. That's fucking crazy to me. I'm the biggest Rattler hater on the fucking planet, though. So
look, I'm not big on Penn State. I don't think they'll win it, but I think.
But having them at 1 says you think they're going to beat both Ohio State and Oregon this year.
I mean, he could have this situation where he doesn't think they're going to win it, but it'd be like Oregon was a 1 seed last year. Oregon was a 1 seed last year, and I don't think really. Like, I'm sure there's some people that thought they would never win it.
I think they'll beat Ohio State this year for some reason, but they'll probably lose to Oregon. But they could still go 11-1.
No, because then they have to play Oregon in the Big Ten championship.
I mean, I'm going to be honest.
And win that.
I mean, we're a small podcast, but like a bunch of the national people, if he said that on a national podcast, they probably wouldn't blink at him.
No, they would slob on my knob for Drew Allen.
Yeah, the national media just sucks Drew Allen's dick.
I know. I'm just saying, like he didn't just say a random Big Ten, and I didn't
want to put Bama at 1 because, you know.
Let me ask you this: so you have Bama winning? You have Bama winning the league?
Yeah. Did I put Georgia in there? I'm pretty sure I did.
You didn't.
No, you didn't. You didn't throw Georgia.
Oh wow. Oh well, leave them out. Fuck them.
I'll say. I mean, Miami's got the better Georgia quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a.
People shit on Carson Beck. I mean, he didn't do great last year. He threw some picks, but he didn't have any receivers.
He is an ugly motherfucker.
He is an ugly alien head, but looks like a Snapchat filter.
Facts.
Let me ask you this: A&M at 9. A&M believer this year?
I mean, not really.
No, you just forgot Georgia existed.
Hey, no.
You know, they could be very similar to Georgia in a way that's like they have a really good defense, good run game. Really, Georgia didn't have but they have a great. And their offense line, they're stupid deep. They have like 8 guys that can play right now.
So every podcast I listen to, has said that out of training camp that they've heard Texas A&M is, and I get it. A&M will find some way to fuck this up, but they've heard that they're like front seven, each side of the trenches.
They got it on the line.
Nobody has a better one. Nobody has a better. Maybe they've compared it to maybe Alabama, but better than Alabama's offensive line. That's how good their offensive line is.
Oh, yeah.
I know Alabama's I'll be honest with you, the SEC's got the SEC as a whole has an offensive line problem, but that's a whole different ordeal. I think there's only 2 teams out training camp right now that are very confident in their offensive line. It's probably Alabama and it's probably Texas A&M. Everybody else, I know, like Ole Miss.
Brand new guys.
Ole Miss is struggling very much. They have a good quarterback, but they can't even do a scrimmage without letting him throw the ball because their offensive line is getting destroyed. Auburn's having the problem. LSU's having the same problem, which makes me go to your LSU pick. And I get like Nussmeier's really good, but
I should have swapped them out with Georgia.
The thing that makes Nussmeier good, if he's good, is time, because he's not a just get rid of the ball.
And they have a brand new offensive line too. I mean, they're starting like 2 freshmen.
One thing I'll ask you, the LSU one, I see that's a trendy one, so I'm not going to do that. Clemson at 5, I would personally, you'll see in mine,
they should be higher just because their schedule's so easy.
So easy, and they got everything stacked.
I'll say if they don't beat LSU and then they only get in because they went undefeated, they might not get the respect.
It only takes 1 loss on that schedule for, if they lose to a team they shouldn't lose to, and then say they go win the AC championship, that still might not be enough to put them in the top 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they go 10-2 or something like that, they're definitely not a top 4 team. They got to go, and if they go 11-1 and their loss is LSU, and they really haven't beaten, they're probably 4, but they're not like 3 or 2 or 1. Yeah. Well, the Big Ten champ is going to be 1, or the SEC champ is going to be 1 or 2.
1 or 2, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the runner-up, whoever the better runner-up, quite honestly, with you, the other 2 runner-ups are probably going to be 3 or 4.
Runner-up from the Big Ten or SEC.
They might be 3 and 4. Because actually, if you go look at seeding last year,
just to cut you off for a second, I'm sorry, Taylor.
No, you're good.
I don't even know if it'll be the runner-up out of the Big Ten and the SEC. I think it'll be the Cinderella out of both. It'll be the 3rd place team that didn't just lose in the championship.
Yeah,
that's fair.
And they get a favor.
I just remember last year, because obviously they seeded it last year with the top 4 getting a bye, but they actually had their rankings next to them, and the top 4 was like the 4 teams. It was Penn State, not Penn State, I'm sorry. It was Oregon, Ohio State, and then Georgia and Texas were the top 4 in the playoff rankings. But then they seeded them different because of the rules. So, but I get that.
For your 12, Max, not mentioning Georgia, what is one team that you think you could see like sneaking in instead of like
Georgia Tech? I think
it's interesting because we talked before you got here, and one of us mentioned Georgia Tech, and I
look at their schedule. I just don't know their game. I could see 10-2.
You were also not the only person to mention Texas A&M, so like it was.
I like where your brain's at, Max.
Or thinking Texas Tech maybe win the Big 12.
I mean, that one's just whoever wins the Big 12 is getting a spot. Me and Tyler talked about that off air. It's just
this fucking guy.
This fucking guy.
What's my fucking name, Taylor?
Josh.
Called him
I did that one on purpose.
Okay.
It's fun to me now.
I'm surprised no one's mentioning the Jelkers, BYU. They're
a quarterback.
They don't have a quarterback.
Their quarterback sucks.
Okay, I know he's gone, but like,
wait, the short guy?
No. Their other.
They have Zach's brother, don't they?
Yeah.
Isn't it the Wilson brother?
Is it? I think it is.
No,
I know the main quarterback is like not there anymore because he.
I would say
they have a midget quarterback and he's gonna play.
So we'll have time to, because we still have 3 other people to do it. This is kind of what we're doing right here. We're going to give it out, and the other 3 are going to cross-examine. So, Josh, do you want to go ahead and?
No, because I accidentally just closed the document. So.
All right, Alex, go. Go for it.
Go off the brain.
Here's my. I already got my list. Some people use the doc, Max. Unlike you.
I do have it written down somewhere else, but.
No, you're good. I'll go. So.
I wrote it down on my wiener.
Picker, it's not true.
My first team is Clemson, so they're my 1 seed. I think they're going to go undefeated. When you think about any team, like right now, they have every single position, and there's not really a question at it. So Clemson 1, 2 Ohio State. A lot of talent, and I really like Julian Sayin. I wish he would have stayed at Bama, like I really do. So Ohio State's 2, and their whole team's still stacked no matter what. 3 Texas, the SEC champions. I have them winning it all. They'll probably lose 1 game in the season, probably that Georgia game, but I like their whole team. Arch Manning is legit. He's going to be really good. Number 4, I have Alabama. So that's either a 1-loss or a 2-loss Alabama team. We lose the SEC championship to Texas, but still get the 4. Number 5, I have Notre Dame. Notre Dame's going to be there this year, and I know people were talking about their quarterback right now, but Notre Dame, you look at their last year, obviously Leonard ran it for them good, but their identity is defense and running the ball, and Jordan Love is really good.
Jeremiah Love.
You off that Notre Dame A&M game they're almost the exact same team.
That'll be a great
except for A&M are fuck ups, but continue.
Yeah, Notre Dame's going to get there. That'll be a fun game. They also play Arkansas this year, so at Arkansas.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Love me some Arkansas.
Yeah, that'll be a fun game to watch. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Number 6, I have Oregon. Losing a lot of talent, but they still have so much there. And their schedule, to me, I don't think it's that bad. So I think they can get in, and they're not going to have to play so they'll have to play the Big Ten championship game, but I think they'll be fine. 7, I have Georgia. Same thing kind of with Notre Dame, their defense, and they just have so much talent surrounding Gunnar Stockton that it's going to be tough for them to not get in anyways. And plus, Kirby Smart's their coach. He's going to figure out a way to at least get two wins, and he'll be fine. 8, so here's the fun one, Michigan. Michigan has a lot of talent, and we talked about their schedule last podcast. I like their schedule a lot, and especially if they can somehow continue that magic against Ohio State, they're going to be in. They're going to be there. 9, Kansas State. Big 12 is just so much fun, but the problem is they're going to beat each other up so much that they're only going to get 1 team in, and that's going to be the problem. Kansas State, I like their schedule. I looked at it earlier, and I just think they're going to be the ones that come out on top, but also watch out for Baylor this year. They're going to be my little sneaky team. I think Baylor might be really good. 10. So here's my surprise team. Iowa.
Yeah, that's a good team right there. It's a good club.
Iowa. They have a good quarterback coming in this year.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
He's actually good.
I saw that 1 5-yard pass he made.
Hank
That
Brown?
was pretty good.
Former
Not
Auburn
the
legend
Auburn
Hank Brown?
quarterback. No. And
he'll be their quarterback next year, but that's a different conversation.
And they have a really good schedule, and a lot of this is scheduling who you're playing. So Iowa sneaks in at 10 somehow, and we're not going to hear the end of it on this podcast, which is going to suck.
No, I don't need that to happen, because then Tyler will just text me and be like, fucking Alabama and Iowa make the fucking playoffs, and Auburn can't.
And then, 11, what Max mentioned earlier, Georgia Tech. Now, you look at their schedule. I have it pulled up right here. Listen closely. Colorado, they'll win that game. Gardner-Webb, they're going to win that game. So they play Clemson. They can lose that game. That's fine. Give them a loss. Then they have Temple, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech. That one could be close. I don't think Virginia Tech's going to be good this year. They're really hyped up just because their stadium is cool. Duke, they'll beat Duke. Syracuse, I think they'll beat Syracuse. NC State, Boston College, Pittsburgh, and then Georgia. So they have
2 losses at least.
They have Jamal Haynes and Haynes King back. All production on offense is there for them. They almost beat Georgia last year. I probably won't sneak them this time, but that's 10 wins. So they're my 11 seed. And then finally, I also have UNLV, Orgy, whatever the other quarterback's name, and who's the UNLV head coach? Can't think of his name right now.
Mullen. Dan Mullen.
Boise State, they lost their running back. They're not going to be that good this year. And also, Boise State has a tougher schedule this year because they play Notre Dame. UNLV schedule is much more favorable than them. So
Boise State played Oregon last year and still made it.
True. But UNLV is better this year. So, question.
I don't disagree with that. So you go with
I think it's interesting that you don't have Penn State in there, whereas Max's number one team. I think obviously that's a talking point to be discussed.
I mean, it's Drew Aller. It's Drew Aller. It's Drew Aller. That's the. I don't.
You think they're not going to make the playoff?
So that is one thing. I think for me, it's the overhype that they have, and then it's James Franklin. Obviously, they did it last year, and a lot of people are talking about, oh, well, he's knocking on the door. I just think this year, I think Michigan is actually going to be good this year, and they're going to be able to take a spot. I got to look at their schedule real quick too. So let me look at that.
They have Oregon State and Oregon and Ohio State, and I'm pretty sure they have Iowa for sure. Maybe Michigan, but I don't think so.
Alex, didn't you know Michigan's on their downfall this year?
I mean, I saw that they are getting punished some more.
Well, I mean, they're not getting punished, but I'm just saying they're on their downfall. Sharon Moore, they're gonna suck ass this year. Watch out.
Outside of no Penn State, like obviously you got Iowa in there, you got Georgia Tech in there. Those are two talking points.
Indiana,
but Iowa's been known to fucking do it from time to time. You know, every 8-ish years we have a top 10 football team that deserves to be
that's fair. Yeah.
Conversation.
And then you have Indiana in there as well. And then even a lot of people are loving Nebraska this year, which I don't, but they're also debatable.
Illinois would be above Nebraska.
Yeah, but the thing with Nebraska, if it's ever going to happen, it has to be this year, right? It's Rule's third year. It's fucking Mahomes Jr.'s third year. Like, if they can't do it this year, they're not ever going to do it. And Nebraska's just a big name.
I don't know. If you keep your coach every year, with this day and age, it doesn't have to be, because you never know what you're going to run.
No, it has to be this year or they're fired. Like Matt Rule will be fired and Raiola will be the laughing stock of the country. So
hopefully he needs to be already.
Georgia Tech. Now, did somebody? I will say this: I am preying on the downfall of Georgia Tech this year, just because some random dude on Twitter for 680 the fan, which is a Braves thing, threw a fucking pussy fit because he was trying to figure out why Eric Singleton transferred away from Georgia Tech to Auburn. And he said Auburn would wish they were Georgia Tech. But then I looked at like each of our last 4 years, and they have a worse record than us over the last 4 years.
Hard to do.
In our worst stretch in our program history. Why would we want to be them? They're at least losing 2 games, and I'm going to be real honest with you. If they're one of the 10-2 teams, then they're not getting in.
Yeah, I don't think a 2-loss team.
Can I actually tell you who I actually think that Nebraska?
Do yours.
Okay. And I actually did some teams that I think they're going to be like left out on the bubble after. And
well, let me tell you my teams that are left out on the bubble: LSU, Penn State, and then teams that are sneakier close and that people like might not think. Let me think. Give me Arizona State, probably right there again, because the 12, and then Miami sitting there close.
Yeah. All right, so I mean, you're gonna call me like a bitch or whatever, but I did Ohio State at number 1. I think they're gonna win the Big Ten, and I think they'll be the number 1 seed. And then I also put Texas at 2 because I think they're winning the SEC, so I think they're gonna be the number 2 seed. And then just because of the lack of losses, I think Oregon is probably going to possibly be undefeated, maybe 1 loss going in the Big Ten championship game. They'll lose to Ohio State. They'll be 3rd. So, and then I have Clemson 4th because they'll be at least 10-2, but 11-1 is kind of what I think. I mean, I have
10-2. They wouldn't be 4th, but
they'd at least be 5th. I don't, but let me get into it.
I'll let you finish. It's just...
So I actually have Georgia 5th. I do think that Kirby Smart finally will use this year of everybody not sucking his dick, because he loves to kind of come out of way to fire his team up and be like, we're underdogs somehow. like he did that year where they were like the mega team, and he was like, they all thought we were going to lose 4 games, and everybody went, "What the fuck?" Nobody said nobody said that. I think they're 5th. It's gonna be a hot one. I have Michigan at 6. I like Michigan's schedule. I really like Michigan's schedule, and I also think that there is an outside shot that they beat Ohio State again.
I don't think it's an outside shot at all. I think it's like an actual good chance of it.
In my
Ryan Day can't win that football.
In my scenario, the rankings are going to jumble a lot before the end of the year because I'm going to have Ohio State still make the Big Ten title game, but lose to Michigan. But then they beat Oregon in the Big Ten championship game. So that's how I have that justified, if you were wondering. I then have
Michigan lost everybody on defense.
They go look at their schedule.
Yeah,
and
it's the schedule. It's a
schedule, bro.
Schedule, but they don't have a quarterback. They don't have an offense.
That dude,
quarterback's questionable.
They just straight up saying they don't have a quarterback is a little irresponsible.
Well, name the last true freshman quarterback to start and make ball out. True freshman.
Johnny Manziel.
Technically, the last one that won 9 games was Bo Nix.
Is this guy Bo Nix?
I mean, he could be. Bo wasn't exactly beautiful that year, and he did end up beating Alabama, like we're talking about Ohio State. So, anyways, let me do this real quick.
They went 7-5.
Just let him finish, Max.
Finish your mom.
I have Bama at 7. I do think they will somehow make the playoff again. Some bullshit. Notre Dame 8 because I agree with everybody's point about Notre Dame. I don't care who their quarterback is. It's defense and running the ball, and Jeremiah Love might win the Heisman. I have Miami at 9. I was very tempted to try to figure out a way to do Miami versus Georgia in the college football playoff week 1 because I thought that would have been cool. Carson Beck versus Gunnar Stockton. And then I also, like Max, have Texas A&M at 10th. I think they're going to sneak in. I have Kansas State winning the Big Ten at 11, and I have Tulane being the Group of 5 champion. They're going to win their conference, and they're going to make it. I like Summerall. He's a really good coach. Their schedule is not awful. They do play at Ole Miss, but I wouldn't. They play at Ole Miss the week before Ole Miss plays LSU, so sneak game. And I left Penn State out on the bubble, LSU out on the bubble, Illinois, Indiana out on the bubble. I think all those teams are going to be around those 10-win, like I was telling Josh earlier, just a bunch of 10-win teams. There's going to be a 10 9 and 3s right there.
I think we saw it last year. I think every 10-win team will make the college football playoff.
But with the bigger conferences,
it's 9-win teams that will make that'll.
But I can see Indiana going 10-2 and not making it.
I don't think so. I just don't. At that point, just using your list, they wouldn't put Miami in. They won't put in I don't think they'll put in a second ACC team over a 10-win Big Ten or SEC team.
That's fair. Unless it's a scenario where they have to.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's 2 1-loss ACC.
Well, what if Clemson's one undefeated or 1 loss and Miami goes in there at 10-2 and wins 9-3 and wins the ACC championship?
No, they won't.
Well, they have to put them in. They don't. They have
to put them in then. But
that's what happened last year. Clemson wasn't going to make it last year, and then they won the ACC. That's how Alabama got left out. That's my point.
That's how South Carolina got left out. But go on.
I mean, no, y'all go at it. I'm done. Like I said.
I mean, I don't really have any problems.
No, I think it's clean.
I think the Texas A&M one I would have said something about, but Max already mentioned that.
Tulane's a little bit of a reach, but it's the Group of 5 and it's week 0, so I'm not gonna beat you up on that.
I mean, it's Tulane, Boise State, or UNLV probably, right? I mean, those
more than likely.
Madison.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's like I said, I'm taking a stab at the Group of 5. But
also your Michigan picks, gay. That's it.
I like the schedule. That's all I'll say.
Before we let Josh go, I'd say halfway through the season, we come back to this, and everybody
we do it every 3 weeks.
Well, I was gonna say, that halfway, everybody gets to take away 3 teams and add 3 teams. I think that's okay. I think you can try and do 3 vetoes.
We'll talk about it.
We'll figure it out.
Yes, sir.
Go for it, Josh.
So I got Ohio State at 1. Even if they lose the big game to Michigan, I think they'll beat Oregon. I I just think they're the best team in the country. Best roster. They were last year. They're going to be again this year. Texas at 2. You're always going to have Big Ten SEC championship 1-2. Just flip flop every few years or whatever. Clemson at 3. They may be a 3-loss or a 1-loss team rather, but they'll be the champion of the ACC. And I think that does count for something, not a bunch, but something. Then Oregon at 4, Georgia at 5, LSU at 6. It pains me to put them there, but I just don't like Nussmeier. Michigan at 7, Notre Dame at 8. I flipped those while y'all were giving yours. I decided to flip those. I had them the other way.
I have Notre Dame 8 too.
Yeah, and then Utah at 9 as my Big 12 champion. Illinois at 10 as your final Big 10 representative. South Carolina, I'm not going to stop pounding that drum. They are not getting left out this year. And then Boise State as my group of 5. Notable teams that got left out there, obviously Penn State. I'm going to say Iowa. I think Iowa does have a shot to do something this year. The chips got to fall their way, but they definitely could.
Auburn.
Bama.
Not Auburn. Bama, obviously. Yeah, I was like, there was definitely an SEC team that I left out.
I think Bama, LSU are kind of.
I think one of them makes it. I don't think
one of them gets that spot. I think.
Yeah, and like none of you guys put, or I guess Max, you put LSU in there with Bama as well.
I had LSU as one of LSU is one of the first teams left out for me.
Yeah, as much as
looking back, I wish I could change it from LSU to Georgia because I don't like LSU's offensive line. Taylor mentioning that.
But if you want to switch them out, go for it.
Yeah.
All right, I've changed mine. LSU and Georgia, swap them out.
Okay,
that's fine. Yeah, I think Penn State could end up being a 3-loss team, but like it doesn't change the fact that I don't like Drew Aller, and I'm not going to give him a spot in the playoff. Fuck you. You're bad at football.
I mean, I wish it would happen. They beat the teams they're supposed to beat year in and year out, but they just can't win big games. That's the only issue.
Max, I'll be honest.
And they have a rough schedule. I mean, they have Oregon and Ohio State. We mentioned Indiana and Iowa. They don't, and they have Nebraska. If you think Nebraska is going to be worth a fuck, like it's just not easy. And that's honestly kind of why I left Iowa out, because that Nebraska game could go either way. And the Big Ten teams I put in aren't playing hard non-conference, which I'm not saying Iowa has a hard non-conference, but one of their non-conference every year is Iowa State. It is another Power 4 school, whereas none of the other Big Ten teams that I have in.
Hey, hold on. Indiana added Howard in 2020.
Have you seen their next 4 years of out of conference scheduling? It's awful. It's Howard, Long Island. I mean, bunch of nobody. I mean, it's actually disrespectful.
Josh, let me say this. You're going to be extremely disappointed with South Carolina this year.
No.
I personally think you are. They
lost too much defensively.
And they won some close games last year.
Yeah. They also lost close games though.
There's another team in the SEC that lost a lot of close games last year that could easily win 9 this year, but we hadn't talked about them.
Who?
Auburn.
I'm not getting off.
Auburn hasn't come close to sniffing like 7 wins in like 4 years. So
yeah, I mean,
nobody's gonna give them the benefit of the doubt.
I know, but it's their easiest schedule in 10 years.
I'm not getting off the
Taylor. I have to ask you, Taylor. I was talking about this today. Looking at Auburn's schedule, they got Baylor first, and then they got 2 nobodies.
Pause. Let's finish, Josh. Let Josh finish, and then we can get on this because
I'm done. You guys just haven't.
But I'm saying Utah's an interesting pick. I'm
saying I want to talk about some of his choices.
Yeah, Utah. Like I looked back, I picked them to win the Big 12. So if I think they're going to win the Big 12, then they're obviously in. I don't know. I just looked at their schedule. I'm not as confident on it, but like I don't know fucking anything about the Big 12. So
Josh did say before the
mid as shit.
Josh did say before the show he was just kind of randomly picking one of them.
I did do that, yeah. Realistically, it's the top 5 ranked conference winners. So technically, a Big 12 team could not make it. We could get like an American in a Mountain West, just
like you could do like Tulane, Boise State, or something like that,
or Navy.
Well, I'm just saying, did anybody sit in here when they were making their top 12? We all just kind of picked one Big 12 and one Group of 5. We gave the same amount of effort on each one.
Hey,
a Big 12, you just gotta pick one.
Yeah.
Group of 5, you're not going to know until like week 4, week 5.
I know we were going to talk about some hot takes later, but I have a Big 12 hot take that they're probably like once again 3 or 4 teams will finish at 7-2 in that conference just because there's so much parity.
It's not, yeah.
There's just no defense, which is where Utah differentiates themselves for me.
Yeah,
And
I mean, if BYU's worth the shit.
If Utah would have had good quarterback play the last 2 years, they'd be 2-time defending Big 12 champion.
Where are they playing the BYU game this year? Is it at home? Because that's pretty big.
It's on the road.
Well, that's a lot. But I mean, 7-2 with tiebreakers probably wins that conference. So.
Yeah, because they still don't have a conference championship game, which is fucking crazy. But
do they? No, they do. I'm saying no, they do. I'm just saying like 7-2 gets you in that game.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like it's gonna be another last year situation. There's gonna be 3 or 4 teams tied. It's gonna come down to tiebreakers to get the 2 in the championship game.
I don't know. Should we get to the real games? There's actual meaningful football being played this week.
Yes, but before we get into that, because I did like this idea. Instead of 3 each, I want everybody to go around, and I want one hot take for the football season. Just your opinion. It doesn't have to, it can be random. Like mine was right there. It was Big 12 will have 3 or 4 teams that finish 7-2 in the conference. So I would like a hot take from each of you just to see. It's just interesting, and you can come back to it. We can come back to it later in the year and see.
Penn State's gonna have at least 3 losses. I'm not going to stop banging this drum. Everybody in the national media thinks they're going to be great, thinks they're going to possibly be the number 1 overall seed, thinks they're going to go undefeated. It's not going to happen. It's just not.
Because of quarterback play and
because of Drew Aller is legitimately not good at football.
Okay.
And I don't know how he has everyone fooled. I do know how he has everyone fooled. It's because he had Tyler Warren last year.
And they don't have him this year.
They have great running backs. Their running backs are amazing. Okay. And their defense should be half decent at least because it's Penn State and they usually turn out a decent defense. But Drew Aller is not a good enough quarterback to win you a national championship.
I like that hot take. Alex or Max, whoever wants to go first, go for it.
Let Max go first.
Okay. Hugh Freeze gets fired before November.
Okay.
I mean,
if he's doing a hot take, that's what this is.
I was trying to say to you earlier about I was looking at the schedule. I was saying, this all depends on Baylor, really. Like, if Auburn doesn't beat Baylor, then they got Ball State, South Alabama. That's 2 dubs. But then they go on the road to Oklahoma, on the road to A&M, and then they got Georgia. If they start out 2-4, I think he's canning them. Especially with John Gruden saying he wants to coach in the SEC.
That's an interesting. I thought about Baylor, but
no one mentioned Baylor as a Big 12 possibility.
Their fan base is insufferable.
I said it during my.
So's Maxwell's, but.
So let me say this, because I am, but I'm just. He's right. I'm saying it is how they get to Georgia. Can they get to Georgia 4-1?
Yeah,
they had to get to Georgia at least 4-1. I agree.
They're going with a losing record. I think he'll get fired after Georgia
because their schedule gets immensely easier until the Iron Bowl after Georgia. It's like Missouri, Vanderbilt, Kentucky, blah blah blah. But that's fair, Alex.
But I only think that because of John Gruden saying he really wants to coach in the SEC.
That would be a fun thing.
That would be. Okay, I mean, that's the number 1 pick for a coach right now.
Here's a real fucking hot take.
Okay.
Has John Gruden parlayed winning 1 Super Bowl more than any other human in the history of the planet? Honestly,
no.
I think he's a great offensive mind. I think he's a horrible coach.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's like the greatest coach you could get, but I was thinking he's probably gonna either go to Arkansas or Auburn, and whoever he goes to, he's gonna bring a shitload of juice.
Right. Well, but I'm not just saying like coaching. He's parlayed it into numerous podcasts, numerous TV shows, numerous TV show appearances. Yeah, endorsements. It's fucking crazy what he's done off of one Super Bowl win in 23 years ago.
The only one that could have maybe topped him, but it didn't happen, was Peyton Manning's the year the Colts lost to the Saints in the Super Bowl. If Caldwell had won a Super Bowl because of Peyton fucking Manning, then that he would have also. And I'll say
John Gruden had the Raiders going pretty in a right direction, and then he emailed about some black guy who said he had big fat lips, and then he got fired.
Can't do that, and
can't do that. That's why you get fired.
Not right.
Alex, what's your hot take, and let's get into these games.
Okay, hot take. Gronowski, Iowa's QB, leads Iowa to a top 50 offense this year.
When's the last time that happened, Josh?
Probably Ricky Stanzi days.
First time in history.
Nate Stanley might have done it. That's the thing. Dude, that's the craziest thing with Iowa. We don't need a top 50 offense. We need a top 70, and we will be a top 10 team in the country.
That's fair.
Year in and year out. We'll see what the defense is this year. Honestly, we lost a lot of good players on defense. We lost.
Doesn't seem to matter. It seems like year in and year. I mean, I'm not saying they're as dominant as they are every other year, but it seems like every year they're pretty good.
Yeah, but it's not every year you have to replace the country's leading tackler. And this would be 2 years in a row replacing really good cornerback play. Which Iowa does seem to do, surprisingly.
Y'all replace tight ends, defensive ends, and safeties like no other school I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
And it's going to be a Moulton year. Like, as long as Moulton stays healthy, he's going to run the rock many fucking times.
Real quick, and we're going to picks. And we don't need a discussion on this. One last really hot take, because I saw somebody talk about it on a podcast, and it was pretty interesting. I hadn't seen me talk about this dude in a while. Lincoln Riley gets fired this year.
See it.
From USC.
Yeah,
he's been the biggest disappointment, I think, for any of the big name coaches out there. I mean, he left Oklahoma where he was on fire there every year. They had a great offense. They were going to the playoffs. Couldn't break through to win a championship, but they were still knocking on the door. And then he goes to USC, hires a terrible defensive coordinator, fires him after year. Their defense is still trash. I think last year they were a little better than what their record showed. But this year is huge for him. If he has another 7-5 season this year, he's probably going to get booted.
Only reason I wanted to say that is because we talked about playoff teams in the SEC and Big Ten, and they never got brought up once. I just thought that was pretty telling.
He's got it's never the offense. He's got to figure out the defense. Like, that's it. That's all he has to do. But for some reason, he just can't do it every single year. So.
Okay. I just thought that was interesting. Anyways, let's get into picks. We finally get to do picks.
Fuck yeah, dude. We have games that matter. And funnily enough, the first game we're going to talk about is the only P4 versus P4 game, but we're going to go in kickoff order. Farmageddon, Iowa State versus Kansas State. A game that legitimately has college football playoff implications in week 0 in Dublin, not even on U.S. soil. K-State's 3.5-point favorites. The total on this game's 50.5. The dogs do bark in Dublin. That is a known fact. But at the same time, Iowa State lost 2 1,000-yard receivers, but Kansas State lost, I think, close to 23% of their offense with their running back leaving.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean they're
Hayden Higgins.
Yeah, and then their number 2 receiver either graduated or left in the portal. Iowa State did restock their wide receiver room in the portal. We have 2 true juniors, I think, at quarterback. Or is Kansas State guy a red shirt?
Kansas State dude.
Is he a red shirt?
I think he's a red shirt.
Because Beck is a true junior. Anyway, we have 2 quarterbacks with 3 years of starting experience. A lot of football has been played between these 2 guys. Iowa State did win this game last year.
What was this? And who was the home team in this game last year?
I believe Kansas State.
Right. And I remember, this is the game. Wasn't this the game where they were up like 14-0 the whole game, and then Iowa State came back and won in the 4th quarter or something like that?
Couldn't tell you.
I might be wrong on the score, but I thought it was something like that. Well, they're the best team in Iowa. I figured you would, but
they might be the third best team in Iowa.
I'll go first. Now Josh is throwing real money on all these, so we're gonna always let him go last because we're gonna call it Josh's pick, whatever. Um, I think I like Kansas State. I like laying the points. I actually do. I don't know if I would touch the point total. I really don't because I just don't know what the game's gonna be like. Like, yes, it should be high scoring, but also it's in a different country, and I don't know. So,
and it is worth mentioning Iowa State may lean on the run this year. They did return their number one rusher from last year.
So lack of possessions, like obviously. So yeah,
I mean, that's the hard thing with week 0. We don't know anything about these teams. You know, it's not the NFL where like, oh, you can track the maybe 10 guys that change. These rosters overturn so much every year.
So I'm not touching any totals this week. I'm just going to touch some lines. And then my line in this game will be Kansas State to cover the 3.5. But I think it'll be a really good game. I'm not talking about them blowing them out or anything.
If you're gonna bet on Kansas, I would suggest buying at least a half point, if not a full point. Get it to that 3. So you can
if I'm throwing this on a sports book, I would 100%. I'm not 3.5 sucks. I don't like betting 3.5s.
Always buy through your magic numbers if you can.
Give me Kansas State. They still have Dylan Edwards, who's a running back, and Jace Brown. But Avery Johnson has to keep the ball safe. He can't throw picks. If they don't throw any picks, they keep the turnovers low. I like them to win just because Iowa State, they had to replace a bunch of their receivers, and Rocco Beck can also kind of be a little crazy with the ball. But, yeah, give me Kansas State to cover.
Maxwell?
Y'all all went Kansas State, huh?
I haven't picked yet.
Well, me and Alex did.
This is a tough game. This is one of those games I wouldn't want to bet on. But if I'm having to bet, just to make a little bit more money, I would just go Iowa State money line. I mean,
Max, I will say you said Rocco Beck throws a lot of interceptions. He only threw 9 last year.
I'm saying because he doesn't have his quarterback group with his wide receiver group with him this year, he might try and force the ball, and so that's what kind of worries me. Because
they did reload though. They got in a couple other games.
So. I don't think I
thought he looked well against Arizona State in the championship game last year. I thought he played okay.
As far as touchdown interception rating goes from last year, Rocco Beck is the much better player.
I might be way off base of this, but this might come down to whose defense you trust more.
I would always trust the defense from the state of Iowa more than the state of Kansas.
Well,
that's just a fact, dude. That's the funniest thing about Iowa State is usually they really don't have a great defense. The last couple of years they've put together a half decent unit both years.
No, I know, but historically they haven't.
And historically, but they've turned it around.
Matt Campbell came in there and turned it around, and then he turned down NFL gigs to stay there. So
I'm probably way off on this, but I'm going to stick with Kansas State mainly because I have them in the damn playoff. And like Josh said to begin with, this is pretty big playoff implications in week 0.
Yeah, I mean, this could literally decide the Big 12. It's crazy that is week 0. So everyone's given theirs. Max, you're on Iowa State.
Yep. It's up to you, baby.
Yeah, I said that I bet with my brain, not my heart, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to take Iowa State in this one. I will take the 3.5. Obviously, if you're on the dog, you always want the hook. Dogs bark in Dublin. I think Iowa State's just the better team. Yes, they lost 2,000-yard receivers. I think it's infinitely easier to replace receivers in college football than it is running game. And we already touched on, Kansas State lost their number 1 running back, their number 2 wide receiver, and their running back was also their number 3 receiving target last year. So they just lost so much.
You infinitely have scared me. You picking Iowa State.
Huh?
You picking Iowa State is very much making me regret my pick.
Well, and I will say, every pick I'm giving out, I'm going to sprinkle a parlay and put that in this week. and it's plus 36.42.
I already have a week 1 parlay that's set in stone right now.
Now, the one thing that we do like to do on the podcast here, Josh, is we do always, like, every once in a while throw a little bit of a parlay down. All of us will just throw. So we might have to do something on that. We can talk after or through the group message.
Right. Up next, Idaho State at UNLV, 26.5. UNLV, obviously last year, they were the team that was kind of battling Boise State for a good bit. I will tell you, I know nothing about Idaho State at all.
I didn't know there was an Idaho State.
Their FCS.
Their
FCS. They play in the same conference or division or whatever.
It's North Dakota State, right?
As all 3 of the Dakota schools and both the Montana schools, and they routinely get their asses handed to them.
They're not very good.
No.
I did see, like, them and Idaho did have a decent game last year. I remember that, but, like, they both suck anyways. But what's the total in this game?
Who gives a shit?
64.5. So Idaho State last year lost to Eastern Washington 77-42. If that helps at all. They lost to North Dakota 52-28, Montana State 37-17. They're not a good team.
I'm taking UNLV in the points and fucking letting it ride. I normally hate doing that with a 26-point spread, but dude, I just don't know enough about Idaho State, nor have I, as you were telling me results and from what I've seen from them in the highlights stuff, can I really want to pick them to cover anything?
What is the first half spread?
This might be
15.5.
Give me the first half spread for UNLV. That's what I'll take this time.
UNLV minus 15.5.
Yeah, that's actually pretty smart.
I'll hate it.
I'm gonna ride with 26 because that's only 11.
If I was picking the game, I would probably lean UNLV to cover, but I don't know. The one thing that scares me is UNLV also, like, they're kind of bringing in, like, some new offense, so they might be a little rusty, especially Alex Orji at quarterback does scare me if he plays a lot. So
here's the thing. So they're splitting. We don't know exactly what the split is. My guess is going to be a half each. And we also don't know who's physically starting the football game.
Look, I'm telling you, Dan Mullen doesn't need a quarterback to throw the ball. He's proven that. Yeah. I mean, with Florida, with Mississippi State, that's his bread and butter, his QB run game with those powers and those counters with the QB. Their guy, I can't remember his name, from Virginia. That's the other guy, but they got him and Alex Orji. I expect probably Alex Orji to maybe play a little more in this game, just because I'm sure they're going to run it way more.
I think it's the exact opposite. The kid from Virginia has 19 games played, 17 games started over 2 years, whereas Orji has played in 2 games and looked awful in both of them.
Yeah, I just think Orji matches his style a little better.
I think the Virginia kid will end up winning the starting role by actual week 2, not next week, but like calendar week 2.
Well, that inspired me, Max. I actually, thinking about Dan Mullen, what he likes offensively. I'm still taking the first half spread, but if I was taking, I'd take UNLV to cover.
What are you doing, Max? So
I'm just taking the cover. If they don't, then just fuck you. I mean, that's bullshit. If they don't, that's gay. That's Vegas fucking you in the ass. So,
Josh,
if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. Idaho State by 2 points, get up to 28.5, sit down and watch it come home.
Okay.
Mainly because I think Alex Orji is going to sell this football game. I really do. I think the other kid's going to be fine, but I think Orji will sell it.
You got to think, Orji, they're not going to ask him to throw it. He's not going to throw the ball.
He will. Dan Mullen loves throwing the ball. Have you ever heard of the quarterbacks Dan Mullen's fucking coached?
Dak Prescott, Anthony Richardson?
No. Dak Prescott, Tim Tebow, and Alex Smith.
He never coached.
Ever heard of any of those fucking
So majority of his guys are running quarterbacks.
No, they're just good quarterbacks. Tebow had a good arm. Smith is a great
running quarterback. Richardson running quarterback.
Was he on the Richardson Florida teams? I don't know.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah, that was his last year with Richardson.
Okay. But also he had Alex Smith, who's a pocket passer, and Dak Prescott, who's a pocket passer.
Dak
and Tebow could throw the fucking ball.
But I'm saying his style of offense, those quarterback powers and counters, he runs a shitload of those with, and even when he does throw it, it's not like an air raid, quick game, pass a game. It's fake quarterback runs throwing it deep. Either way,
Alex Orji's deep ball is dog shit.
Huh?
Alex Orji's deep ball is awful.
Yeah, but against Idaho State, you can probably just throw that shit up and just put your nuts on someone's head and catch it.
Possibly. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I don't know.
He's not saying you're right.
I typically hit it 62% on college football, so I'm not saying I'm 100% right, but I'm probably 62% right.
62% of the time,
I'm right 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And it only takes 52% to win money gambling. So what I'm saying is I win quite a bit of money gambling on college football. I lose it all on NFL football.
I'm right 69% of the time.
The Max Josh debate just gets me going. I love it. I just want to listen to y'all yell at each other.
No, you're wrong. You're stupid.
Mom's gay.
True.
I win.
Fresno State at Kansas. Josh, tell me a little bit about this game. Kansas
during it, honestly. Like,
just
don't fucking watch it.
New stadium for Kansas. It's nice.
New stadium. Isn't this Fresno State's first year at the FBS level?
New.
Or is it their second?
No.
Brother, it's like their 600th.
Fresno?
Yeah.
I thought they just moved up.
Derek Carr played at Fresno State.
They've been in the Mountain West a while.
Who the fuck am I thinking of? I don't know.
You're thinking of
this guy. Don't know ball. This guy's a fucking idiot.
I will say Jalen Daniels playing this year. Hopefully he's healthy and can.
If he's healthy, they'll be okay.
I know who you're thinking of.
Kansas was a good team last year. They lost a bunch of close games. And the end of the year, they rattled off like 5 wins in a row.
Sounds a lot like we're talking about Utah right now. Well, if their quarterback was healthy, they'd been so much better.
They should have got rid of Rising forever ago.
He's coming back.
He was holding them back.
Yeah, they should have.
He was holding them back, trying to get him back in the game when they could have just moved on.
Right.
Give me Kansas, Jalen Daniel. I think they're going to get it done. 12.5. I actually like that a lot. I think they at least win by 13. So, I mean, there.
I'm on Kansas here. I'm only putting in the parlay because there's only 5 games. I promise there was a full slate. I wouldn't touch this game.
You're thinking of Delaware.
I don't think I'm thinking of Delaware either because they were D1 there for a while.
No,
they're FCS. There's 2 teams this year. I know for a fact. It's Delaware and Missouri State are both joining FBS this year.
Maybe I am thinking of Delaware. I don't know.
Well, they sometimes have similar helmet schemes.
I don't know.
Who do y'all have? Let's get the picks.
What's the line again?
Gun to my head, Kansas, but I wouldn't touch it.
13. I would 13. I wouldn't touch this. I wouldn't touch most of these, but yeah, 13.
I would. Kansas. I almost want to say a Fresno cover, but I have Georgia Southern beating them in week 1. So I'm gonna say Kansas, and hopefully that they suck.
Next,
what do you got here, Max?
Looking ahead you're looking ahead to the Georgia Southern and who?
Yeah, and Fresno State.
Why are you looking ahead to that game?
Because that's part of my parlay week 1.
My buddy,
this dude lives and breathes ball.
Georgia Southern's got a good team this year. Watch your ass.
I think Georgia Southern's beating USC this year. This game that gets Lincoln Riley fired.
I have Kansas covering.
All right, I have a lot of shit on this next game. So
okay,
Sam Houston State versus Western Kentucky.
Yeah, Western Kentucky is favored by 10.5. Total 61.5. So Sam Houston State has a fully new coaching staff. The head coach, he's an offensive guy. He likes to run the air raid and score a bunch of fucking points. He was the Sam Houston State offensive coordinator from 2014 to 2016. That's back when they in the FCS ranks.
Yes.
They had the running back in 2014 won the Walter Payton Award. If you don't know what that is, you don't know ball. It's the FCS Heisman, basically. Yes. And then the next 2 years, they led their conference in passing. So he loves to throw the ball, but he's really good at running the ball. He'll find the team strengths and make it happen. What else?
Maverick McIver?
Not there yet. The offensive coordinator, he's also a big run guy. He's coming from Wisconsin. One of them, I don't know if that's the head coach or the OC, had 2 1,000-yard rushers at UNC a few years ago. One of them was Michael Carter, if you remember that guy. They did lose their top 3 of their top 4 wide receivers and every single running back that took a snap last season. So a whole new specialist room. They run a 3-3-5. They ran the 3-3-5 base last year. Their new DC also likes to run the 3-3-5, but they could run the 4-2-5 because their linebacker room is really thin. They're only returning 2 defensive linemen who were their 4th and 5th options last year, which, I mean, on the defensive line, your 4th and 5th guys are getting an okay amount of work, but obviously they're not the best. They lost first team All-Conference USA defensive lineman who led the team with 8 sacks. Their entire defensive line room is full of young, young guys and high upside JUCO guys. Like half their team is JUCO guys from California from last year. So we'll see how well that translates. They also lost their top 3 linebackers, including the team leader in tackles, who was first team All-Conference USA. Their secondary room got rated as well. Every single guy either graduated or transferred out. I'm not kidding. They don't have a single returning secondary man from last year.
Is this Sam Houston?
That's Sam Houston.
Yeah, that's Sam Houston.
Western Kentucky also had a fuck ton of turnover. Both the head coach and the offensive coordinator.
They lost TJ Finley
too. Not TJ, the other one. Camp or Caden Veldkamp. He's at Florida Atlantic now. He had a great year after they benched Finley.
Who would have thought that would have happened?
They like to play up tempo, and they run a pro raid offense, which is like a mixture of the pro offense and the air raid. The QB room has a kid that followed the OC from Abilene Christian, and they pushed Texas Tech to overtime last year.
The limit. They should have won that game, actually.
Yeah, they went for 2 at the end of overtime to put it away, and they got sacked, which sucks. But the kid threw for like 500 fucking yards. Kid's a freak. Where was I? He's in his like 7th season too, the quarterback. Like this is his 6th or 7th year. It's crazy. Their top 2 rushers graduated, vacating them 250 touches. They also lost a lot in the wide receiver room, vacating 280 targets and 2,400 yards. So new look offenses for both teams, a new look roster for Sam Houston, a new look coaching staff on both teams. Basically what I'm saying is they played last year and that game doesn't fucking matter.
No. This is completely different teams.
Yeah, I can tell you who's going to win.
Sure.
Eastern Kentucky will win. Maverick McIver will win. He will have enough time, and the secondary of Sam Houston will give him time to throw the ball, and that's why they'll win. And
they will cover though.
They will cover. Oh, it's 10.5. I saw 9.5 where I looked it up. Oh, I'd buy some points. They'd cover. No, excuse me. I like them covering the 9.5 if I could get that. I don't like 10.5. So yeah,
you can get 9.5 at 132.
Yeah, I do. Western Kentucky covers.
Fun fact for Sam Houston:
you can even get 8. I'm sorry, you can get 8.5, which gets you through 3 field goals technically. If you don't want to worry about that, or one field goal and a touchdown that missed the extra point at 138. So you're giving up 6 cents.
I just looked that up. I had just looked that up. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That personally, I don't like 10.5, and I also don't. I 8.5 for the money. Just giving up that much. Fun fact about Sam Houston State: I see that they also they're playing next Friday night. They actually play UNLV next week too. So
yeah, was it this game? No, it was the Idaho State game. UNLV Idaho State got pulled forward from like week 7 or something like that because of scheduling conflicts.
Scheduling conflicts with Idaho State. I believe.
I don't know exactly, but it had to get pulled forward.
Yeah, so that's interesting. That was, yeah, I remember that, and that was something I was thinking about when I was thinking about them not being ready to play that week. But no, I like if I can buy it down to 8.5. I do like Western Kentucky because of I do like the 8.5.
Max, what do you got here?
This was tough, man. On ESPN, it's got a 10.
We'll let you buy it down to 8.5.
Yeah, like 10.5 is the line on the Blue Book. But
There's
you
there's
can buy
about
it to 8.5 by selling off a quarter.
I want to go. I want to go the toppers, baby. But yeah, I'll go the toppers to cover. I don't like it, but I'm gonna go with it. They're at home.
So that's a team ride on the tops then.
team right on the top.
I'm gonna buy them down to 8.5. The play in this game though is the over 61.5.
I agree on that.
All
There's
day.
not a lot of defense will be played.
That's the play here. It's two teams with quarterbacks that like to throw it deep, coaches that like to throw it deep.
Watch this game. Don't just flip through this because you see Western Kentucky.
Watch this. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna
like
be a good game.
don't flip through this because it's Sam Houston State, Western Kentucky. I mean,
when I tell you either of these teams could cover the total on their own, this could be 150 point football.
This will be the most fun game to watch, I think.
Oh yeah, it's like Maction, but it's not Maction. It's CUSA.
CUSA action.
Yeah.
All right, last one up. Stanford at Hawaii. I don't have a lot to say. I think it's cool that Andrew Luck is like a GM for Stanford now.
Does Stanford still have a program by the time they get back from Hawaii? That's the better question.
Stanford's football program has been so bad for so long, basically since Luck left.
Stanford's starting a 6-year quarterback.
Hold on a second, Josh. Reminds me of another organization I follow. The Colts. Sorry.
This is our Colts. This is
our team. We bleed blue, especially when we shoot ourselves in the head.
I love his fucking videos.
I do too, but then like at week 11, I want to kick him in the face.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, Stanford wins this game.
Wild.
Ben Gulbranson, Stanford starting QB, Oregon State. He has Andrew Luck, GM, talking to him, telling him what he needs to do. And guess what? This guy, he's going to do it. He's going to go on the road and do what people thought was impossible. Beat Hawaii.
Andrew Luck is a crazy X factor. We'll see if it translates to anything, but...
What did you get the line at, Josh?
The Blue Book.
I know, but what is it at in Blue Book?
Oh, 2.5.
For who?
Hawaii. Oh, you don't have the rundown open.
No, I don't, because I was looking at other lines, because I saw somebody said that this line was moving.
I don't think it's going to move off 2.5. It's moved around a little bit this week. Like, you could have gotten at 1.5 earlier in the week.
Is it going to go down to a pick'em is what I'm asking.
No. I think this is as close to a pick'em as you're going to get. I think the only games I think you're going to see a lot. I mean, the lines always move a lot Saturday morning. I think Kansas State, Iowa State, I don't think that'll move at all. I think that'll be a 3.5. Idaho, UNLV, that could either get a lot bigger or a lot. I don't know if it'll get too much bigger. I don't think they're going to give you the 28.5. I think you're always going to have to buy that, but it could get to 27.5, or it could drop to like 24.5, depending on how much money's coming in for Idaho State. The Kansas number, I'll be
real honest with you. If it gets 27.5, it's not worth buying the 28.5.
Yeah, it is. It's cheaper at that point to buy it 1 point versus 2, but the Kansas line, I don't know if it'll move. The line that could move the most is the total on the Sam Houston game.
Okay.
That line could go up 4 points, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. Real quick, simple. I think Hawaii wins and covers, no matter what it ends up at. But 2.5, whatever. Yeah. Stanford's abysmal. This is probably the last time we talk about Stanford on this podcast.
Probably. Yeah. No. That's the hard part about making picks on Wednesday night. Like, the lines could easily move.
Yeah.
And they probably will, but we're picking the lines that are in front of us. So
yeah.
Hawaii's favored in this game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Stanford's that bad at football.
I know Stanford's bad, but they're that bad?
They're that bad.
They're that
Wow.
bad.
No, they're not.
Don't forget, bro. They like fired their coach in the spring.
Yeah, I remember watching a video a couple weeks ago about how they lost everybody pretty much, and they have nobody. The recruiting was dog shit. But
they can't pay anybody.
give me Stanford just because Hawaii. Yeah. They're the last state that joined. They're not allowed to be good at football.
They were pretty good back in what, 04 or 06?
Yeah, one year.
They made
they
it.
were a
2006, they made it to the Sugar Bowl,
Against
Georgia, and they got the fuck beat out of them. But they did make it to the Sugar Bowl.
But they were a good team that year.
I think Bama played them back in those days. I remember one year we played them early in the year. It was a close game. I think we won like 20-10 or something like that.
It was like 2003, 2004.
Yeah,
I remember this because that when you play Hawaii, or at least when you play Hawaii, they let you play 13 games if you want to. Fun fact, like that
you know that.
Yes, so like to make up for they say to pay for your travel, and also like because you got to travel so far away, so. Mm-hmm. Most teams that play Hawaii, you don't have to, but there are several teams that play the 13 games that they play Hawaii. So I doubt Stanford will because it's not as far travel for as I think the latest, like East Carolina did it like 2 or 3 years ago, or somebody from the East Coast did it and they played 13 games.
Dude, next weekend is stacked.
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm just looking ahead to next weekend. This is crazy.
I can't wait, buddy.
That's the real pod.
That's honestly, the pod. We might go 4 hours.
Dead ass. Like,
yeah,
that's another reason to watch the UNLV games and the Sam Houston game because
they
play next week. Like, so much scouting to do this weekend.
Yes.
So I need to give a pick here, right?
Yes.
Give me the Rainbow Warriors -2.5. It's a fully vibes pick. I know nothing about either of these teams other than Stanford's dog shit.
I don't know much about because like. I won't like steer anybody wrong when I give a pick about most of these teams I don't know that much about. So I wouldn't if somebody gave me like I'm gonna give you all my money, you bet it. I wouldn't do that with
y'all are going to remember the day that y'all didn't pick for Ben Goldbrinson, okay?
I won't.
Ben Goldbrinson.
I won't even remember the name tomorrow.
Ben Bayless?
Ask me in 2 hours what this kid's name is. I won't be able to tell you. And I won't be joking either.
Ben 10?
He's going to be a doctor. He's gonna be a doctor.
He can doctor this cock.
That's true. He could. Y'all want to give? Are we giving like locks? Are we giving locks?
I'll give a lock.
I'll give it. Yeah, go for it. My lock is my lock. I just come up with my lock because I just want to pit. It's Stanford is losing, so Hawaii is my lock.
Hawaii money line.
Hawaii money line. That's my lock.
Okay, let's type it out.
I'm still looking at.
By the way, if you're one of the 4 people that watched this last year, our sneaks will be back next week. We just don't have enough games to get down in the weeds, really.
The 4 of you, 3, and one of your moms.
Yeah, basically, it was actually me watching 4 times.
There you go. 4 different IP addresses, man. I'll get you a view.
We had more views than your old podcast.
No, you didn't. No, on a couple of them, you definitely did. We didn't market ourselves well, but that wasn't up to me. So,
like the first 2 or 3, we had like over 100 views, and we were like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, you got pity views, dog.
Then it went downhill, and then people said, "Oh, these guys are fucking idiots."
Then we bought out your contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, the check bounced.
We gave him the NIL. We gave him the NIL.
the weekend's over NIL.
Any more locks? Alex, you got a lock?
Oh yeah, mine's the first half cover at UNLV.
Oh shit! I knew what my lock should have been. Fuck, you're probably. Can I say it? And is it going to be the
from Hawaii?
It was going to be the over in the Western Kentucky game.
Fuck you! That's going to be mine. No, I'm not letting you change it. That's mine.
Okay. Me and you are both fine with that lock. Then
no, Taylor, you get Hawaii.
Okay, I'll get Hawaii. Fuck.
Well,
the new guy get.
I'm taking Stanford money line.
You can't do that if we're. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, they can. They can have dueling locks.
All right.
No,
he's mad, Josh, because Max used to do this fucking shit to him all the time last year. Alex would come
5 games this week.
So another thing we do, Josh, is we do parlay. We would do a parlay, and we'll do that next week too because they're just games. And then Max would always somehow end up doing the reverse parlay. Not even on purpose, because it's not like Max was paying attention. He just like said 3 inverse.
Yeah. Okay.
So Alex is kind of like got PTSD from that.
All right.
We know it's yours. Go ahead and say it, Josh. The over in Western Kentucky.
The over in Western Kentucky. I don't know how to say it.
What's the first half over under in that game?
I don't know. Give me a second. I'll let first half total 30.5. I mean, pretty obvious.
That's my lock. The over in the first half.
Okay.
So if you take every pick I gave, including the one that I hate the most, which is Kansas.
Okay.
And so I bought Western Kentucky to 8.5. I bought Idaho State to 28.5. Iowa State on the spread, Hawaii on the spread, Kansas on the spread. You parlay that, you'll get 32.43. A tenner will win you $325. If you take out the Kansas line, because I absolutely hate it, you get to 16.88. Not horrible. $170 for a tenner.
Okay.
I honestly might place that.
Each week we are, because we talked about this, Josh. We are going to keep up with how his parlays do.
I'll give you picks. I play about a spread somewhere between 12 and 20 games every week. So
okay. We'll keep track of the locks too. And Max usually gives a prize picks. I don't know if you have one for this week, Max.
I haven't even looked at it, but I'll look at it and I'll text it to you.
We can do it next.
And we'll talk about it next show.
Yeah.
We'll load a prize picks for next week, but there's more games.
All right. Well, this has been week 0. Next week is week 1. I know we're all excited, but I mean, this week we got some football, so that's great. But we're back. We're back, boys. It's finally here.
Real discussions. This podcast has been brought to you by Yellowwood, by the way, the official sponsor of Auburn's football field, as I just figured out today.
No one cares.
Time.
Hey, they're paying us $20 million, baby.
Anyway, we'll see y'all next week.
Fuck you, Josh.
All right, y'all. See y'all next week. It's been the Weekends Over podcast.